Yeah.
Well, good day. Welcome to Yoga with Bliss. You know, we start with a warm up because warmed up muscles, ligaments, and tendons can actually do the yoga poses or asanas a little better. Today, okay, so my daughter Nicole said you should call your yoga praying mantis yoga because you do things so slowly. Well, today, I don't know, maybe it's sloth yoga because we're going to do things even more slowly. Here's the reason. I want you all to have time to feel what's going on with you, but then I'll tell you about your sarcomeres. And that's another reason for our slow pace. So, wait a minute, I got to find my music first. And then I am going to be ready to go. You guys are so patient with me with my technologically challenged self, yet I am so proud of myself for what I have done. And I have found music. Yes, it's got a little beat coming on. We start in a mountain. Do you put your feet just a little wider than your hips? Right under your hips? Do you put your feet right together? Mine don't go. What do they say? That's not available to me. Love your feet where they are. Pelvic tilt. Sternum lift. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. That's me relaxing my neck. How's yours? Breathe and be with me. Let's think about your hands. See how my hands are facing forward? I'll show you a side view. They're in line with my side of my body. They haven't gone forward with a caved in clavicle. They haven't gone backward with tension in my back. They're right here on my side. Relax and just do shoulder rolls right here. You can leave your feet right where they were. You can reposition them. Let's think from the bottom up. Go ahead, look right at my feet. Do you see as I do a shoulder roll, my feet, they're like the toes are glued to the ground and the foot is getting a massage. My hip, it's a hip roll and belly dance. My hip roll, oh, it's giving me a little massage in my sacroiliac. How's your shoulders? How's your neck? So you know what I do. At the end of the day, if I realize, oh, I have not moved enough today, how about an elbow circle? I literally get up, because you know I was sitting down, my knees hurt all the time, and do a little bitty shoulder roll that turns into a elbow roll that turns into a arm circle, but my whole body's involved. Very nice. Let's involve our bodies another way. Take your mountain a little wider, pelvic tilt, sternum lift, shoulders down. Breathe. Keep that nice tall. When you trace a smile right here. Now, I have a tendency to want to lean forward. No. Come on up tall with me right there. Do you have some pain somewhere that your body wants you to move even more slowly than I am? Then you go body pace. Double check your knees are unlocked. Breathing, although I have to laugh. I think everybody in the studio over the top rainbow has unlocked knees, but I can't quite see, so I'm trusting your internal awareness. Trace that smile. We'll just do a few. Now we're going over the top. Trace the rainbow. We're going to do a lot. Think about this rainbow. I know for 30 years, I always said put your arms a little bit out front for shoulder safety. But when we're moving very carefully in a warm-up, put your arms as near your ear as your body will go. We want to maintain shoulder flexibility. Let's take our legs a little wider. 2 times each side now. Here's 2. times. Did you see what I did with my leg? I have a little thigh press going on. Here's 2. Now on the double, take the arm that's down and just give it a little press back. Oh look, my arm snuck forward again. I really want to come as near in line with my ear as my body will do. So actually we're pushing both arms back a little. Very nice. We'll just do 4 more of these. Feel the ribs, the waistline, the thighs. And I have to laugh. Relax. Feel your flat back. Lean just a little with your beautiful flat back. Yes, Kath, that's a great flat back right here. I'll show you the side view. That flat back is actually working the muscles along your spine. Those are the muscles that pull you up so nice and tall all day long. Breathing. Now I know when we sit, we relax, but I invite you, I wish for you. If you were one of my psychotherapy clients, I would give you an action item. Sometimes when you're sitting, move to the edge of your chair. Are you breathing? Here's 4, 3, 2. And I'm going to do this little point out with a cross and squeeze my inner thigh. And it's a balance move, isn't it? Oh, yes. I didn't forget my train of thought. I know what I want you to do sitting, but I had to do this first. Take a moment, find your wide goddess. Now, the wide goddess is going to round over and come up and arch your back. I want you to imagine you were sitting down and every once in a while, round and up with a little arch back. Here's round and up. Can you picture it? It's your day and you've got your chair underneath you and here's your round. But now stay right here. Feel your back arch. You've got a little pulse in your back arch. It's comfortable, beautiful, yes. Everybody on Zoom and in studio, let's just do a few shoulder rolls. Breathing. Now I want to think about the muscle along my shin. Here we are. I touch my heel and my heel, and that contracts the muscle along my shin. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Yes, right here. Now think about your arms. Have them intentionally moving. They probably don't, I'll show you a side view. They don't move very much. You're giving a squeeze. You might want to just relax them and let them move with momentum, but that won't help your body as much as the intentional squeeze. Good body awareness. Here we have just a step and touch. See, I'm letting one shoulder drop. I'm going to let one arm come up with the shoulder drop. It's a lateral bend in the spine. Notice your neck. Don't watch your feet. Trust. They're there. They're touching the ground. You know they are. You can perceive it. Oh, what about those shoulders? Do you want to come up as near right next to your ear as your body will? Are you breathing? Just 4 last. 3. We're going to stand tall with our legs wide. Just give it a little turn, pelvic tilt. And when you come up, you engage that pelvic tilt. And we will do 2 down and 2 pelvic tilt. You're up. Come on down. Yes, everybody's form and up. Now, you can probably go down much farther than I was. I don't know. Listen to your body. You might be hip level. You might be knee or ankle level. Come on up tall. Feel yourself centered. And then turn just a little this away. Feel your pelvic tilt. Looks good. We start with 2 up. Here's 2, and I don't care. And 2 down. That the beat went away. Come on up. 2 and down. Oh, the beat didn't go away. That's so good because breathing 2. We were going to do it either way. So we have symmetry. and 2 up with that pelvic tilt, and 2 down. Just one more time. Here we go. Come on up. Beautiful. Come up with your shoulder rolls. There we go. Well, if it wasn't praying mantis yoga, it was going to be wiggle yoga, because I just need to do a little wiggly type movement regularly between poses or vinyasas. Let's take your feet where you put them for a chair. Pelvic tilt, sternum lift. I'm going to move this arm out of the way. When you sit down in your chair, do you see that flat back? You want your lovely flat back. Yes, you don't go down very far, and you keep your flat back. Looks good. I'm dipping 3, 2, and then I come up to a salute right here. 3. So I'm playing with my foot posture and come up with a salute. See, calf, if you want your feet closer, I don't know. And come on up. I think sometimes people do what I do, but they may have. Come on up. Do you want your arms right next to your ears? Don't follow me with the V. Do the closest to your ears you can right here. And, oh, I so appreciate, come on up. Shoulder rolls. The acceptance that I see you give your bodies. The acceptance you give me when I can't do it, but I'll teach it. Here we are. 3 and 2. Remember the smile. Let's finish our warm-up with a very, very simple smile and rainbow. Now it's up to you. Do you want this really wide where you're lifting and working? Or do you want it right here where you're just giving yourself a massage and relaxing? Your smile, your way, right here. When I go to other people's yoga classes, I go to the back of the room and smile and rainbow. That's all I do. For like 10 minutes, it's my warm-up. It warms up almost everything. Here's our last rainbow. Beautiful. I need a little weeping willow after this. Sternum lift, pelvic tilt, goddess legs. Yes. Breathe. Be beautiful pelvic tilts. I can see everybody. It is so. Weeping willow. Keep your bottom half still. Calf, a little more bend in your legs, and you may feel a little more anchored. The weeping willow gives you go as slow, or maybe you like to go more quickly, as your weeping willow wants. Doriva, think about your shoulders. Think of one shoulder coming forward and the other. This isn't just your arms. When the shoulder twists, that's when, beautiful body awareness, that's when you get, oh, my low back is like singing the hallelujah chorus. And you're breathing. Speaking of the low back, let's loosen it up in another direction. I want to do a standing table. So you can get a chair, you can get a stack of blocks. Look over here, we have this little wooden stool. Whatever works for you for your standing table. And here's how you'll decide. For the standing table, what we do is put your hands on top of something where it's okay with your hamstring. I think today we've got 3-inch and 4-inch blocks back in the closet. Today, I'm going to give myself, I'll show you what I did, 1 block horizontal and 1 block vertical to see what height might work for me. Breathing. Oh, see how I'm stepping around? That's me finding my feet. Even if my toes don't spread, I imagine they are. I have weight on the ball of the foot, outside of the foot, front of the foot, and back. Pelvic tilt, sternum lift, shoulders up and down low, chin tucked. Where's that hand? The more you guys look great, the more everybody looks great. You're in the habit of the hand right here when you're waiting in the line at the grocery store. When you're standing just talking to somebody, hands here is an open chest. So I was heading to a standing table. I unlock my knees. I've got my nice flat back. See that flat back? I'm going to go down with my flat back. Flat, flat. Where do I need to reach with my flat back? Do I need another block or two to keep my flat back? Kathy, yours looks flat. Take your hands down on your table. I was very impressed with that flat back. Oh, very nice. So each person has chosen a comfortable flat back forward fold. Oh, I just did something. My round belly is in the way when I come forward. So I actually just took my feet a little wider so my belly has a place to exist. Wouldn't it be wonderful? Flat back, standing table, neutral neck. Feel it, be with it. Unlocked knees, breathing. So first I was going to just loosen up the spine in another direction, so I want to do a standing cat. So there you are, a long-legged cat on a fence. Exhale. Arch your back like a cat. Now we're going to hang here for a few minutes, so do keep breathing. Gently feel that the cat has tucked its tailbone under. Arch the back way up. Relax the head down. I'm going to go take a peek at you guys. Oh, you look so fabulous. Now let's move from the cat to the cow. So take yourself back to a table where you're flat, neutral neck, neutral tailbone. The cow flips its tail up in the air. The pelvic girdle tips up, the back arches. The head comes up gently. Don't make a big tension in your neck. Now let's just stay here and breathe. On the cow, it's an inhale at first because your chest opened up when you arched your back. So you're breathing, and I'll tell you the story of my confusion in yoga. It drove me crazy. Are you breathing with your arched back in your cat-cow? Let's go ahead for the cat. Exhale. The cow, inhale. You go at your breathing pace. Cat, exhale. Cow, inhale, and I'll tell you my confusion. Cat, exhale. Why do they call it a cow? I went and I looked up every cow on the internet. My hubby and I even went driving around to some farms and looked at some cows. Cows do not have an arched back. I used to call this the swayback horse before yoga. And then I got it. Let's do one more cat, exhale. One more cow. Inhale and stay there in your cow and breathe gently. Look what happened to your udders. The cow's udders are hanging down. When you do your cow, your abdominal wall relaxes, your back arches wherever it naturally does, but it's all about the relax of the abdominal wall. When you do your next cat and exhale, feel your abdominal wall work. Cow, relax the udders. Cat, and you'll feel your abdominal wall pulls up towards your spine. And cow, you're not sucking it up. It naturally does that on the exhale because of your diaphragm. Wasn't that a lovely cat-cow? Are you breathing? Now I want to next go into a slow stretch. By the way, is this too low for you to hang down here too much? Would you like your standing table to be a little bit higher for the next part? Think about yourself and adjust. Did you loosen up? And you would like your standing table to be a little lower. Adjust to what you want. Think about your legs. One leg is going to bend. I'm bending the leg that's away from the camera. And the other leg, go ahead, let it straighten all the way out. We're taking our cat for a walk. Or a standing table became animated and is going for a walk. Bend the other leg. Straighten the leg that has not bent yet. I'm holding it. I'm breathing it. Is your back flat? If it's not flat, come up a little higher. Breathing. Very nice. Kath, try these. Try one more underneath. I think it's going to let you, oh, there you go. Maybe that'll be perfect. Because what I want is for us to be able to walk the table. Usually we walk the dog. We're walking the table ever so slowly with a flat back. Beautiful flat backs. Doriva, think about your back. It's a little rounded up at the shoulders. Do you need a higher support for the front of your table? So you have a beautiful flat table. You don't want your table to be rounded. Everything will fall off. And then we walk that table out. While you're walking the table, I'm going to show you. You can try it. If you don't like it, don't continue it. Let's go for one leg bent, one straight. We're going to stay here. Think about your hand in front of the straight leg. How do you feel giving a tiny little push? Now, Joyce, your legs hyperextend. You don't want to hyperextend. We're heading toward a straight leg because weight is on 3 limbs. This leg is not holding all your weight. So you come to straight, not hyperextended. If you, like me, have a challenge straightening the leg, this little press might help. It's a long hold. Breathe into it. Maybe on the other side. Here we go. I went back to my table. I reiterated my flat back, my table legs. My hands are right under my shoulders. You guys look good. And I'm going to bend the other leg and hold the other leg straight for a while I tell you about the sarcomeres. Breathing. So in your muscles, the fibers come together and the sarcomeres lace up like zippers, like alligator jaws. And as we hold these stretches, let's go back to the table. The sarcomeres loosen up a little bit. And the loosened sarcomeres result over time in longer muscles. Oh, I was just inspired here in the studio. Breathing. Kathy, I'm going to put that twist in a minute. But first, let's do your version of a lean forward yoga squat. So all I did was turn my feet out. So I was in my table. I turned my feet out and I put them. Your mats are wider than mine. You won't go all the way to the edge of the mat. And here's the lean forward, just your way yoga squat. Do you want to squat this much? Okay, stay there. Adjust your feet where you want them. Do you want to squat this much? Everybody, I did lean forward. You can even put your forearms here. It's your squat, your way. Breathing. If a full yoga squat is available to you, you can take this time to do your full yoga squat. And I gotta just say thank you to my body. My knee is about to be replaced, but it will still let me do a full yoga squat. Thank you, baby. Breathing your squat. Own it. Appreciate it. You're working some muscles, stretching other muscles. When you're ready, a little more weight on your hands. Let your legs lift up. And now, where I was just inspired by Kathy, let's put the blocks in front of us. You're going to see my confession now because I can't really do this move, but I know you guys can. This is the one where we've got goddess legs. So there's your goddess legs. Flat back. Very important, flat back. Push down with one hand, and the other hand stays block level. Then I'm watching that thumb. Stays eye level. It doesn't go back here to by your hip. It stays right here, eye level. And you press it as near vertical as your body. Press as near vertical as your body will go. Don't pull and yank your arm out of the socket. Press. Rotate at the spine. I got to give everybody a compliment for their legs being symmetrical. Looks good. Now, in the studio, I see people take this arm all the way vertical. Don't follow me. Come on up. as much as your body will. Let's come back down. And we've got our wide-legged goddess legs. Let's do a little cat-cow right here before we do the other side. When you're done, find your table. Find your best legs for your cat-cow. Plant the hand you didn't plant yet. The other hand is level with your support block. You see your thumb in front of your face? Let your thumb come up. Now, yours is going to go probably higher than mine. Kath, take a peek at me. I want to show you from a side view. You've accidentally taken your arm behind you instead of right in front of your face. So you look right at your thumb, and there you are. When I'm really, really stretching, my voice goes so high, I start to turn into a leprechaun. Oh, breathe, and come on back. We're going to do one more slow, flat back. Oh, you guys' backs are beautiful. Why am I harping on the flat back rotation? Your hand was right on your support. It's right here in front of your face. And push off. Don't pull up. Push off. Rotate the spine. The shoulder comes up. Beautiful body awareness, Kath. There you go. The flat back is important for the safe rotation. Again, complimenting you guys on your symmetric legs. One leg didn't take all the weight. Slowly. Here we go. Easy, mellow. On the other side, reiterate your flat back. Feel the symmetry in your legs. And here we go. You're not following me. You're lifting as near vertical. You're pushing off. So the lift comes from the rotated spine, not from pulling your shoulder out of its socket. Twist. Twist. B. Say thank you. Whatever you can do, say thank you. Come on back for a little cat-cow. Don't you know so often? So I've got a wide-legged table. When our body will not do the full expression of the pose, now pull yourself together. Let yourself just melt into your forward fold your way. Do you like your blocks? Breathe and be in your forward fold. Relax your neck. No flat back on this baby. Round it. When your body will not give you, we're going to hang here. If you've got sinus problems, you bring yourself up and you're here on a table where your head is above your heart and chest so you don't add pressure to your sinus issues. We're hanging out in our forward fold our way. And I want to show you, if you wanted to stretch your hamstring but you're up here, what you do is really, that's the time you do a flat back. So if you have sinus issues and you're not leaning down, give yourself a flat back stretch table height. If you can lean down, give yourself a forward fold. Those two moves will both stretch out those sarcomeres in your hamstring. Are you breathing? Are you being? When your body will not give you the full expression of the pose, say thank you to your body for what it will do. Feel it, perceive it, that's proprioception. And then intend a little further and say thank you for where your body will go. And today with our slow practice, we're holding those stretches a little bit. To come up in your mind, I want you to make a yogi's choice. Are you going to roll up one vertebrae at a time or come up flat back? I'm going to do another forward fold so that I can demonstrate each. The first I'll demonstrate is the flat back. Anyone with spinal stenosis or low back issues might consider this. Pull yourself up to your flat back from wherever you are. Reiterate your flat back with your arms and push with your legs, having protected shoulder rolls, having protected your flat back. Breathing, I'm going to have to face this way for the next forward fold because I'm so nosy. I want to see my lift people too. Okay, there's the coolest thing happening. One of the, I said lift, I meant Zoom. One of the Zoom participants is wearing the same pink shirt as one of the studio participants. I'm seeing you guys in stereo. I thought it was, how did Kathy get on screen? Did you find your mountain? What about that step around? Honest to goodness, it's the holiday season when we're filming this. If you do any grocery shopping in line, step around, find even Steven feet. On your mountain, think about if you want your feet parallel and under you instead of out in goddess legs. Kath, you've got goddess legs, which is not bad, but make an on-purpose choice. See how it feels. It might be stretching muscles you don't usually stretch. Now from our, where's mine? From our mountains, and each person has chosen their own. Yes, if that's right for you, you do it. We're gonna do a flat back swan dive. Flat back, and after you've done a flat back swan dive, round over into your forward fold. Do you stop up here? Do you need to keep your sinuses up and you stop right here on a desktop, flatten your back and stretch those hamstrings? Do you round your back, stretching through the spine, through the glutes, hamstrings? Your legs are nearly straight, not locked. Breathing. Now we're going to hang here just a moment. Really notice the straightness of your legs. You want them as near straight as they will go without locking. I know I said that twice. It's because I had two legs and I had to think about each one. Are you relaxed? Now I'm going to demonstrate coming up one vertebrae at a time. You begin with thinking of a pelvic tilt. Tuck your tailbone under and roll up. One vertebrae. One, and up and back. Kathy, Kathleen, that was for you. That's the one you really like. Breathing. And here we are on our mountain. We've done a lot of flexibility. Let's do a little strength. I'm going to use Warrior 1 and Warrior 2. So simple for our strength. I will be turning sideways to demonstrate the move. You can stay facing the camera, facing the stage. Do whatever's right for you. In your, just a minute, Warrior 1. Okay, I remember it now. Mountain, pick a leg, any leg, and step forward with that leg. That foot is on a railroad track. Step the other foot behind you on the other railroad track. But this foot, can you see my little foot back there? It's draped over the arm, diagonally. You guys look fabulous. Now, let's line our hips up. Your hips are in line with the railroad track. If you're already in the pose, just feel it, and as I speak about each area, reiterate it. Pelvic tilt, sternum lift. The pelvic tilt is what protects you from a great big cheerleader arch in your back that could bother any low back issues if you have them. Now, right here, I've just got my arms in line. If you need that for some reason, go for it. The next one I check out is eating a watermelon. If you need that, you use it. Pelvic tilt, my back butt cheek, it's a little biscuit all tightened up. My front thigh, you're probably down a bunch more than I am. Your body, your way. Do you want to offer your watermelon to someone across the picnic table? All right, I'm going to try a little lower. No! Offer to someone across from you. If you have more, offer it to someone standing up. Breathing. Now on this, See how I have kind of a nice straight line from my fingertips all down my body to my heel? That's the full expression of the pose. You don't have to be there. You could be having your watermelon or offering it. What does your body tell you? Now, let's feel the front thigh. Can you feel it working? If not, make it a touch wider. Your knee is always behind your toe. It doesn't fling out forward. Everybody looks beautiful. Your back is working like a son of a gun, so is your balance. Don't look up at your hands like I just was. Look at that crick in my neck. You might look right before you. Let's take a moment, and I'm going to turn this into a pyramid. So I've just relaxed my arms down. See how that foot is on the train tracks? Take your back foot, bring it in a little, and put it on the train tracks. I'll show you this view. So here I was with my diagonal foot. Here I am with my 2 feet on the train tracks pyramid. Straighten up your legs. The pyramids don't have caved in sides. There you go. So here we have, you've decided based on the length of the muscle in your calf area. If your foot really wants to go diagonal, you've made it too wide. Bring it in a little. Your legs are straight. Reiterate your flat back. Don't fall over. If you're falling over like I am, that means I needed a wider railroad track. Are you with me? Flat back. Your legs aren't locked. They're just straightish. Flat back. You could stop right here and just balance. Flat back is required. I should have told you to get your blocks ready. I apologize. Do you want to take a moment, go get your blocks, and come back and join us? I'll talk you right through it again. Each foot is on a railroad track. Reiterate the flat back. Straighten up the legs. Don't lock them, but they're straight. Flat back. Flat back. Don't go down so low that your back curves. Calf, you're down too low. Your back curves. Use the stool. You'll be fabulous. Bring your feet a little closer, and here we are. See the flat back? I don't care if you're on the kitchen table. It's fabulous. On the pyramid, both legs are as near straight as you can get them. I know, I'm so sorry, Kathy, you're behind the camera. Come take a peek at what I've got going on and then go back to it. Your legs aren't bent. They're up as straight as they will go. Your back is flat. Now, over time, you may find more flexibility. Breathing. I could see when I went like that, I felt my back round, so I have to come up a little for my flat back. Well, we're here. Let's just breathe. Neutral neck. Can you feel your calf on the back leg is stretching? I cannot see the people on Zoom, but I will ask you, look down at your foot and make sure it's on the railroad track. It's not diagonal. There's the calf stretch. The front leg is getting a hamstring stretch. The back is flat for your maximum leg stretch. Breathing. Now when we come up, we are going to bend both legs. Give yourself your flat back, reiterating arms, and lift yourself up. To do the other side, we're going to start with a warrior one, but have some blocks nearby for when we do our pyramid. Which leg was forward when you did your warrior one? Do you remember? All right, the other leg comes forward. Think about it. Feel it. For me, the leg that was forward is more tired. I don't know if that's true for you, mountain. Find your balance, your feet, your pelvic tilt, your sternum. You're beautiful. Great, guys. Great. Breathe in center for a moment. Say thank you for all your body just did. I'm heading to the warrior one with The other leg steps forward onto the railroad track. It's lined up. The back leg goes back. Now go as deep as your body will. Don't follow my body. We are all unique. Your back foot diagonal over the tracks. Give me a minute, I gotta check mine. Okay, and I gotta check yours. You're fabulous. Here we are. With that back foot diagonal, reiterate your pelvic tilt. Feel that butt cheek of the back leg. Ooh, such contraction. Breathing. Now, do you like your arms to stay right here for some reason of a shoulder need? Or do you want to come on up and have a bite of that watermelon? Pelvic tilt, sternum lifted. Take a minute and peek up here. You've got this happening. You want a nice, tall, beautiful body awareness. You don't want your watermelon to droop. You want your watermelon to be a happy watermelon right up here. Do you want to share it across the picnic table? If you put it out here and your back yells at you, go back and be stingy and don't share. Listen to your body. That's why we're going so slow. Relax the neck. Don't look up, look forward. Choose your arms. They're as clear as your arms go. As close to your straight line from your arms, your body to your heel. Each person's warrior one is expressed in their own way. Some people go down so low this thigh is parallel to the ground. Most people, their thigh is at some angle. You may be way lower than me. Don't follow me. Follow your body. What a beautiful warrior one. Feel it. Your feet are balancing. Your thighs are working. Your psoas on the back leg is stretching. There was your warrior one. We're going to turn it into a pyramid. So I released my arms, felt my body still up tall, my beautiful tall back. Now I actually put a little weight on my front leg so I can put my back leg. Okay, so I can lose my balance and almost fall. Back leg's on the railroad track, any way you want, even if you stumbled to get there. Once your back leg's on the railroad track, take a peek and look. I took a peek and mine was diagonal. They're both on the railroad track. You guys look fabulous. If you lose your balance, make your railroad tracks wider apart. Wider apart railroad tracks will help you balance. Got that pelvic tilt for now? Breathing. Now here's where you straighten up your legs as nearly as you can and you leave them straight. Kath, you're going to need to be closer to the brown stool by about a foot, maybe 9 inches. Here's your flat back, flat back, flat back, and then put your hand on the stool with your flat back. If you have more flexibility, put your hand on a tower of blocks or one block or whatever your body says is right for you. This is where the concept pyramid comes from. Your legs form a triangle with the ground. By the way, once I've come down and I've got some extra balance with my hands, I can reposition my back foot till I get just the right calf stretch. I encourage you to do that. Breathing, it's all flat back. Hamstring stretch, calf stretch. Okay, now we're going to round it down to wherever you want to round your back. Reach your arms down, maybe a little lower than they were before. Your legs stay as nearly straight as is comfortable for you. Relax the neck. We're going to just hang out here. We're letting the sarcomeres of your back calf let loose. Oh, yeah. And allow the muscle a little more length. The hamstring of your front leg. Oh, yes, the muscles along your spine are stretching. What about between your shoulder blades? Everybody's got our arms reached forward in some way. Feel your shoulder blades, your rhomboids. Stretch out, breathing, being, saying thank you to your body. We are doing fabulous balance work. There's some strength involved and a lot of stretching. Very nice. From here, we just bend your knees and come into a forward fold of your choosing. From the forward fold, we're just going to let ourselves come down to the ground. How do you do that? I'm going to do a down dog. And just feel into my down dog for a bit. Oh, I encourage you to join me with a down dog. You let your heels intend to be toward the ground. Most people's are not. Don't worry about it. Say thank you, calves, and intend. Your arms are forward. Sink your chest so your ears are next to your arms. Intend it. If it's not so, don't worry about it. And whenever you're ready, shift, and we're bringing ourselves to a table any way you want. I need to lower one leg at a time. Many people can lower both knees gently, your body your way. Let's talk about your kneeling table. If a kneeling table isn't good for you, sit your butt down on your bed or your couch or your mat. The kneeling table on a block can be more gentle on some people's wrists. Your kneeling table, your way. Breathe and be for just a cow. Cow and a cat. Cow. And then go ahead and sit yourself down. Any way you want. I'm going to do a V sit. Everyone's V sit is different. We have a couple of spaces against the wall, if that's right for you. If you're going against the wall, follow me with this. Lean your whole body forward. Lean your whole body forward and walk your butt close to the wall. Yes, it went about 1.5 inches farther. Now you come up. And you will, didn't that make more of a stretch? Yeah. There you go. So everybody breathing. If you're at the wall, widen your legs and feel your stretch. If you're free floating, not against the wall, take a peek up at me. Feel your back go, your pelvic girdle tip back, and feel it tip forward and tip back. And tip forward. Breathe and be. Stay with the tip forward. That may well use a lot of muscles. If it's using too many muscles, head right over to a wall. Everybody's different. Your body, your way. Breathing. And what the wall gives you, my body happens to be put together so that my pelvic girdle tips way forward when I sit. So I literally could fall asleep this way, and I have. It's very freaky. On family vacations, here I am watching TV, sound asleep, and I've had people scream in terror when they find me sitting up like this asleep. Breathing. So you're up against the wall to be relaxed, or whatever way is relaxed for you. I'm going to take one leg and give it a bend. Does your leg bend just that much? Kid in a sandbox is what I call it. Does your leg bend a whole bunch? I don't know. Your body knows. Your heel, you intend for your heel to come in toward your groin. Breathe and be. I'm going to just be with that, feeling what it does. If it's too much, take your heel out a touch. Each person your way. Now I'm turning. I'm actually using my hands to turn me. Just that. Pushing off and turning in my nice tall spine. That's why I wanted you tall. I didn't want you to have a bent spine that was turning. I wanted want a tall spine that turned. Now that we've turned, see how it feels to round a little and round toward this foot. Now for many people with the leg bent in, they don't go too far. Nobody cares. You're rounding, you're bending. But let's consider another aspect of stretching. Let's consider the breath. Exhale. I don't like my arm hanging out around here, so I'm just going to let it reach out to wherever my tender shoulder will. I'm reaching. You might be at your knee, your thigh, your ankle, your shin. Exhale, down. Breathing. If it was not good for you, don't do it. Maybe do some point and flexes in a sitting posture where you're enjoying the movement. Everybody's put together differently. Indeed, very soon I'll have a bionic knee. We've got other bionic joints. I've come to the center and then opened into my V, sit, and I want to think about this leg. First, I'm up tall. Remember, if you're against the wall, you lean forward and walk your butt cheeks right up to the wall and then come up. And then think about this foot. Does it want to come? Is that it? If it is, say thank you, leg. But maybe it'll bend a little more. See what your body tells you. Breathing. I'm off my mat. I have to get on. That little half inch was messing with me. Your body, your way. By the way, look what I just did. I put my leg as open as it will go and then gave it a bend. Well, let's see 6 months from now when the knee is titanium. Will it bend better? I don't know. But for right now, I'm going to say thank you. And I'm going to intend a little further. And we've breathed and felt what was right. And now we turn. The turn is you're up tall. The turn is in the spine. And rounding. And reaching. Any way you want to reach. You might use the arm that reaches furthest as a scaffold for the other arm to rest upon. Breathing. Ouch. Being. So here's something I'm using. If it is something that my body used to be able to do and it can't do anymore, when I can't do it, I can't pull my heel into my groin. I can't reach this arm the way I used to reach. What I do is say thank you, but back off from pain and hold it a little longer. And you will be shocked at how much you can reclaim when you appreciate, intend a little further, be safe, stretching. Can't you feel? You can go a smidgen further. I can feel a smidgen more twist. Excuse me. Oh, it feels so good. And a smidgen more lean. That don't feel so good. Breathing. Accept what your body gives you. Pamper your body. Oh, what a wonderful, wonderful piriformis stretch. Bring yourself forward and let's lay ourselves down on the back. Do you want to have a ribbon nearby? They are right up here on the wall if you're in the studio and don't have one yet. Do you need, let me think about this. I'm going to encourage people to have a small block. Get a 3-inch block and toss one out to both of you guys. If you're at home, you might just have, oh, look at those little pillows in the center back. Toss the little pillows out to everybody in the studio. Thank you for your help, because the little pillow might be the perfect thing. I'm going to do a reclining psoas stretch, and we're going to put something under us. So I don't know how big of a thing you want. and I'm not going to make any off-color remark whatsoever. And so here we are. You've got various possibilities, a pillow, whatever, and we're going to lay ourselves down. How? I don't care. Any way you want. Drives me crazy in yoga class when they tell people, lower down, one vertebrae at a time. Want to see why it drives me crazy? Because I'm apple-shaped. Anybody who's apple-shaped, once you get here, your body's going down. Because physics said the apple falls a little more quicker than the little sticks do. Are you breathing? Appreciate the physics of your body. If you've got long hair, scoop it up off the back of your neck. How about some windshield wipers? Those are the legs. Now I'm going to take my arms up, and very slowly I'm going to take to one side and the other. They're real slow windshield wipers because shoulders have more special needs. So these were, oh, I'm sorry, I've got you too close. That's all right, calf, do this. Take this hand and just give it a bend when you're close to the wall. So the idea is your elbow comes down. It doesn't matter if your arm's long or bent. So did you do your windshield wipers here? Go ahead, take a moment. Feel your pelvic tilt. And we're going to take our arms and see, will they lay down? I have to roll my shoulder blades under. Will they lay down on the floor? Mine won't, but they really like to hang there. Oh, look, what's that? Oh, I got a step here. I think I'll put a block on top of the step, and I've got a customized place to set my arms. So I gotta look. Oh yes, everybody is in the studio. Their arms are right on the floor. If that's available to you, melt into it. Remember you did a little pelvic tilt before you picked your arms up? Go ahead, press with your feet and do one more pelvic tilt. And then slide your arms, your legs, those are legs. Slide your legs down. There you are, you're Superman, upside down. Breathing, being, supporting your body wherever. Oh, on this side, I started out up on the step, but after a minute, I could lay my arm down on the ground. While you breathe and stretch, let me tell you a story about why. It's called the stretch reflex. So this is my very sad shoulder. It's not frozen. It just has a lot of arthritis with some limited mobility. So and stretching is my solution. That's what my PT person said. So I went to stretch where I could, and I just couldn't, so I stopped where I needed to. And that's what we all did. But then after I was here for a few minutes, breathing into it, some of my sarcomeres let go. Or when I breathed into it, my stretch reflex said, oh, okay, she's not going to rip my shoulder out of the socket. I can relax. What the stretch reflex does is it tightens everything up when you do a quick stretch. And you have to communicate and breathe and let your, oh, there it is, stretch reflex know, no, buddy, I'm not going to rip you out. I want to be nice and have proprioception and perceive what you can do, so that maybe you needed a block in the beginning, but after you perceived and let go of the stretch reflex, because you were going slowly, you might find you can more deeply relax into it or go to a lower level. If you like your arms up here, please leave them up here. If it was a super intense stretch, please gently bring your arms down, and we'll try the letter T. So you take your arms and take them right out, shoulder height, palm up. Again, I have to roll my shoulder blades up and underneath. I need a little support under one of my arms. Yes, Kath, just let your elbow come down and you get the same stretch as somebody who let their whole arm. So if you're working in a place where you've got a wall right here and you can't go out, just drop your elbow to the ground. You're getting very nearly the same stretch. Breathing. Now you can stay in your T if you want. I'm going to pull my feet up and reiterate my pelvic tilt one more time. Oh yeah. Take my legs long. I started with a flexed foot, and then when I relax it, my rubbery little heel pulls my leg down. All right, now let's do something else for our bodies. Take a smaller item, maybe a pillow. I'm going to take my little bitty cushions. And you, bend your knees because you're going to lift your tush up and push your cushion under one hip. Then get your cushion, I do have another one, and put it under the other hip. Now your hip is a tiny bit elevated. Oh, and let your legs go down long. That was fabulous. Now my body says, oh, I could do more. So you might try, instead of a little cushion, 2 pillows. You might try the, I can think of the word, 3-inch block. That's why I had you guys get a 3-inch block. So whatever you're doing that's a little higher than the last thing, lift your tush up. Find your little something, something. Now where is it? You're putting it right under your sacroiliac, right under your dimples. Don't make it too big. A little pillow might be perfect. 2 little pillows might be perfect. Oh, for whatever reason, much to my shock, my body likes the big block. I would not have thought so with the spinal stenosis, but now, once you've got your small pillow, you're okay. Let your legs come down long, long. Now you guys know how we work to stretch our psoas. Right now, can't you feel it? You are doing a lovely little psoas stretch. I want you to choose what's the right shoulder stretch for you. I just rolled my shoulders underneath me, so it's like my weight is on my shoulder blades, my heels, and my dimples up on the little cushion. Do I want my arms back up here? I don't know. Do I want them out like a YMCA and a Y? Do I want them down here with my palms down or my palms up? It does a totally different shoulder stretch. Palms up or down. We're hanging here. It's a low enough pillow under you that you feel good. And your arm stretch is gentle enough that you feel good. All right, let's play with another breath technique. So far, we've just used slow breathing. It requires the least brain power. But now, let's play with some breathing that affects your central nervous system more specifically. You're going to breathe in through your nose for about a count of 4, whatever that is for you. And breathe out with pursed lips for a long exhale, about a count of 8. Whenever you're ready, you breathe in through your nose, a count of 4. You breathe out. Now relax your lips and just do a I'll tell you why I give you the pursed lips first. It helps you realize how slowly you need to breathe out to go for a count of 8. After I was here for a while on my higher blocks, my body wants a lower block because to hold that long was too much stretch. Listen to your body and decide, do you want to adjust the block for your psoas stretch? We'll stay here about one more slow inhale and extra slow exhale. Your body, your breath, your way. You can stay there longer if you want, but whenever you're ready, what you might do is roll up on one hip to get the pillow, roll up on the other hip, get the pillow, and find yourself with your little bent knees, because that's what you needed to do to pick up your hip. And after that, how about your yoga strap? Do you have it somewhere? I know I did. Oh well. Take the yoga strap around your knees. Oh. And give yourself a little roll side to side and a little rock. Well, what if your yoga strap doesn't go around your knees? That's fine. Put your feet on the floor and give yourself a little roll side to side and a little rocking your pelvic girdle. So each person has done their rock and roll their way. We got a little happy baby coming on. For your happy baby, do you widen your legs and just put your hands underneath? Oh, do you flex your feet? Do you grasp your shins? Do you rock your baby? Do you grasp your feet? Everybody's different. Love your happy baby. Now I like this little rock, but I love the way it feels on my challenged low back when I rock over as far as my body will. Everybody's different. Give your baby a little rock or a big rock. And I always think about and say hi to Joyce when we think of, because I looked out one day and she had her legs straight. So I call it the ecstatic baby. If it's available to you, if you're here, your ecstatic baby might be just stretched out straight instead of held out straight. Did you do your wide baby, your narrow baby, your ecstatic baby, your happy baby? Whenever you're done, at your pace, and you notice I'm doing one leg at a time, that's so I can move slowly and make sure it's okay with my body. Now, how are you going to get up? I've been on my back so long, I have to get up very carefully and gently. Get up the way you want or follow me. I'm going to roll onto my belly and then get up and head into a child's pose. So you can head into your child's pose any way you want. So here's my safe way. I start out with a Sphinx. See how I have my elbows right by my chest? I press into my flat back. See that flat back, pelvic tilt? Elbows and knees. Walk my knees in. Oh, don't you see I'm ready for my happy baby? So it was from Sphinx to hands and knees. What's your happy baby like? Do you put your knees wide? Do you sit your butt right down on your heels? Or are you up a little like I am, or are you up a lot? Do you take one arm at a time for extra care of the shoulders? By the way, if you're up a lot, like right here, this is a puppy pose. So instead of a child, you might be a puppy if your knees won't bend as much. And wherever you are, you intend for more knee bend. If you have knee issues, doing this on the bed is so gentle on your knees. Now I'm going to do one arm at a time because my compromised shoulder needs lots of extra care. I'm hoping that you are doing what's right for your knees, for your shoulder. The intention is bend your knees as much as is available. Reach your arm out as much as is available. Lean your chest into the ground as much as your body will. And then say thank you. And then intend a little further. And whenever you're done with the child's pose, we're ready to sit up. So you can come to sitting any way that you want, slowly, mellowly. One of the funniest things I ever saw when I went back to my first yoga class, I think that was 9 years ago. So there I am, about 60-ish in my first yoga class, and they say, sit in the easy pose. I did that. I bust out laughing. So here's the easy pose. It's like a kid in kindergarten would just cross their legs and sit. I'm very proud. Here I am heading towards 70, and I can now do it. It took about 4 years. Sit any way you want. But let's talk about this concept. So they said sit in the easy pose. One knee bent, the other didn't at all. So there I was, and there I was. What did I do? I said thank you to my body. And I pulled up as tall as I could. If you can't pull up tall, you're against the wall. And I just be with it. And then I intend a little further. And over the course of time, I intended my way into a full easy pose. However, that ain't enough. Look how one foot is in front. We really want symmetry for our bodies. So unfold your easy pose, and that foot that was in front, even though it doesn't like coming in first, like your hands, when you clasp them, that feels good. This feels weird when you do it the other way. We want to do it the other way. It doesn't matter whether this leg doesn't bend as much. It's coming in first. The other one's coming in. Accept whatever you've got. Pull your body tall. Say thank you. This one comes in further, so no, I'm not. Your easy seat the other way. All right, this is the last thing I'm going to get into. It's good for your brain. When you do things the other way that don't feel right, the left hand, not the right hand, it literally causes your brain to develop more dendrites, more connective tissue in the brain, those spidery-like things that connect your brain cells. So we're making new dendrites with our easy pose that ain't so easy the other way. Now sit any way that you want for our final. Appreciate your body. Say thank you to whoever, whatever you believe in. As you stretch up wherever your shoulders will let you stretch, you prepare to thank yourself and pat yourself on the back or the chest or the head. Thank you for coming to practice today. And know, the light in me sees and honors the light in each of you, be you here in the studio with us on YouTube or in the Zoom class Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do you like barely bent wrists? Do you like very bent wrists? Namaste. Now that I've done the whole practice, I could sit here for a long time and just melt and loosen up. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go say goodbye because you have to get on with your day. Thank you so much for joining me on Zoom, YouTube, and in person. I wonder how I'll get up after my knee replacement. I cannot even imagine. We will see. I will have the video to prove the difference. Thank you again so much. Let's see, can I turn off my recording? I see it.